Test, 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 test. What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Gonna be testing something out real quick. Let me see if both streams are on and they're both working. Alright, so YouTube stream is working. I don't know where I'm hearing myself from. But let's see. Okay. Alright, let's get started. So, isolation session. Again, this is the session where we go over the pairs that we look at during the NYC live trading session. We're going to go over the ones with the red flag, right? We're going to go over AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. If you guys have any questions, Any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. The pairs don't have to be specific, right? It doesn't have to be the ones that we're going over. It could be whichever ones that you guys are looking at, whether or not they're on our list. So just let me know. We're gonna give everybody a few minutes here to join, and then we're gonna get started. Gonna post in the Discord real quick. Gonna make the tweet, and then we'll start. Just give me like another minute. Both streams should be working too. Testing, testing, testing. Let me know if you guys could hear me on both streams. I'm pretty sure I'm good, but just want to make sure. Alright, I made the Discord post, I made the Twitter post, I think we're good to go. So again, we're going to go over the pairs that you guys see here on our screen. The one with the red flags next to them, again, is going to be AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, ZAR, Gold, Bitcoin, and all. And again, this isn't live trading. I'm just updating my charts for the day, getting ready for the live trading session for the morning. That's what the isolation session is. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, we're going to go through these pairs pretty quick and then we'll get started. So now for AU. Let's start off in, well, first of all, let's close the window. Let's go off here. Alright, so AU, let's go to the daily time frame. We're not going to update anything in the daily. We already did that in the weekly market breakdown that we did yesterday. So we're just going to see where we're at, right? Get everybody up to speed. We're going to see where we're at in the overall market makers pattern, right? Then go down to the lower time frames, go down to the 4 hour, go down to the 30, and then see if we could catch any continuation. So AU, we know we're in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the bottom, looking for price to go down and give us that third push. In the 4 hour, we know we're in this little zone of consolidation where price still isn't breaking below the lows, still just testing. We're still looking for price to give us that nice break below the 800 EMA as well. And also for this week, we can see last week we had a weaker drop. This week, if price gives us a second weaker drop, then we know next week we'll get started to look for more continuations down to the bottom. So right now, what are we looking for? We're looking to see if this lower low, lower high, lower low holds up. We're going to be looking for a lower high to make into a lower low. It's as simple as that. Right now, we know we had a day of drop on Friday, and then today gave us a day of rise. So no continuations. Right now, we could still see prices wanting to push up and give us a lower high. In this case, we still don't have any entry criteria. Right after a change of character, for us to look for a continuation is going to be a change of character and a break of structure. If we could get that break of structure, which is also, again, if we go down to the 4 hour, if we get that 30-minute break of structure, which we can see, it'll also be a break of structure below the 800 EMA. So it'll be perfect. So AU right now, there's still nothing that we could start trading here. And again, for the people who are just going to be in here for the first time, again, I don't trade counter. I don't go against the overall trend. Since AU is in A2, it's in the second zone of consolidation in a downtrend. In the overall downtrend, I'm only looking for sells. I'm not looking for price to buys. I'm only looking for sells. And for other pairs, like for example, EA is in an overall uptrend. We're in V2, right? So if we go down to the daily time frame, we're in the second zone of consolidation. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Our safety trades are at the lower consolidation, looking for buys. Right, so on a pair like EA where we're in an overall uptrend, I'm not looking for sells. I'm only looking for buys. So EA, we have 3 months of drop. We already know after 3 months of drop, or after 3 weeks, or after 3 days, we know market is going to chop, give us a no net, or is going to give us a rise. At this point, we got to wait it out. We know that in a lower time frame, going into the 4 hour, price is still consolidating, still just moving sideways. Let's redraw these lines real quick. Right, we know that right now price is just moving sideways. We also know that we have a week of of rise. This week price went down, still just rejecting the highs, going to the lows, going back to the highs, rejecting the highs, going low. Going into the 30-minute time frame, let's update this. We haven't updated this today. So first and foremost, today when the market opened for this week gave us a gap in the market. So let's draw that out. You know that this is a 30-minute gap. We had high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a lower low. So we have this change of character. This break gave us this high, and the low is down here. So now we know this is the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low. We had a day of drop as well. So right now we have no continuations. We already seen price went down into our 30-minute low, tapped into it. That was the opening candle for the day, 5 p.m. Started going up. So let's see if it holds up. Price internally still giving us lower low, lower high. Let's draw that out. Right, lower low, lower high. All of this is part of the same trend internally. Right, lower low to where we're at now. There's two phases in the market. When price is trending, right, and when price is consolidating. So we already know a pullback, right? Whenever price, and we drew this out yesterday, which is what you saw in AU when we first started, right? We know that we'll either have price continuing to make lower lows and lower highs, or it could do lower low, lower high, lower low, and instead of giving us a lower high, it could just give us a zone of consolidation and then continue to break. So right now we're waiting it out, waiting to see what does price want to do. So right now for EA, there's nothing for us here. We just gotta wait it out. EURCAD also has a gap, but we'll update it now. So we know ECAD, we're in the first zone of consolidation in an uptrend. Right? What do we know about an uptrend when we're in the top of the zone of consolidation? This is not the best place to look for a trade, and this is again what we drew out yesterday during the weekly market breakdown. When we're in a zone of consolidation, when price is just moving sideways, where do we want to look for buys and where do we want to look for sells? Since we're in an uptrend and we're at the top of the zone of consolidation, do we want to look for those buys at the top of the zone of consolidation, or do we want to look for those buys at the bottom? When do we want to look for buys at the top of the zone of consolidation? Is when we get a clean break of the highs and the retest. Once we get that retest, that's where we want to start looking for buys. If we don't get a break, we want to look for those buys at the low of consolidation. Internally, we know that if we go back down to the 4-hour, what do we see? Price is just moving sideways. This entire time, price was moving sideways. Until what? The last couple weeks, price finally broke, gave us that retest, and continued that push to the top side. Now, we can see that in the 4-hour. Let's go back to the daily. What do we know about this zone of consolidation? We know that we're trading between this daily high and this daily low. So even though internally price broke above this zone of consolidation, could price still reject this higher high and go back down into the lower consolidation? 100%. Until what? Until price breaks above this daily high. This is going to be our confirmation that price is going to start giving us that second push to the top. Before that, all of this could be a fake out. The same way it was a fake out here, the same way it was a fake out here. So that's the confirmation. Now our second confirmation is going to be continuations. Right now we know we have 2 months of rise. This month being the third month, we are expecting price to give us that new push to the top side. Now, price already gave us that third push to the top. Could price easily go back down and finish this month on a drop? 100%. So right now we're going to be looking for continuation. That continuation is going to be the internal time frames, higher high, higher low, higher high. It's going to be in the 30-minute as well. We want to start seeing a 30-minute flip. Right now, what do we see? We had price give us higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went lower low, lower high, gave us a change, opened with a gap. So let's draw that out. Make sure we update this on our chart. 30-minute gap. And we know that price gave us a day of drop as well here. Price reset the trend since we have a gap in the market that started off the week. And we know that this is, we're not going to say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, right? This is all part of the same trend where we had lower low, high, low. So we're going to mark this low. We're going to use this candle and the lowest, which is the green wick. And we're still going to say that all of this is part of the same trend. There's no significant pullback in this zone that tells us that we should be trading between this high and this low. Now, if price does consolidate, that's easier for us. Let's say price does consolidate between this high and this low. Not only if price breaks above these highs, it'll be perfect. We'll be above the 800 EMA. We know we'll get a retest to continue this push to the top side to clear out this gap that was left off to start the week off. But we know that we're still trading between this 4-hour low, which is the blue box, and everything is color coordinated. So the red box is 30-minute, the blue box is 4-hour, the daily time frame is a gray box. Let's go back to the 4-hour real quick. We also know that in the 4-hour, we had this engulfing candle. So it's going to be very important to keep an eye on this 4-hour engulfing candle. If price does come back lower into this zone, this is where we want to start looking for price to give us higher highs and higher lows in the internal time frame so that we can start looking for buys there. Euro USD daily time frame. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. What do we know about the middle of the zone of consolidation? This is where the market makers trap traders. That's exactly what we can see here, making everybody believe that in the middle of the zone of consolidation, internally we had lower low, lower high, lower low, made everybody believe that this is where price was going to give us a break of structure, to give us a higher high, to give us a higher low, and continue to push to the top side. And what did price do? It melted right back down to the bottom. So right now, we know that we have a month of rise, no continuation. In the 4-hour, this is where price was consolidating, and we finally broke below that zone of consolidation, gave us a week of drop. Again, no continuation. And in the 30-minute, on Friday, we had a day of drop. Today, price gave us a zone of consolidation. Give me 1 second, guys, I'm sorry. My bad, guys. So we have a 30-minute gap over here too on Euro USD. Let's draw this out. 30-minute gap. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. I bet the cats wanted to be inside the room. They're meowing outside the door. Alright, so let's go back to EU. So we know that we were trading previously, right? We had lower low, lower high, lower low. Zoom back out a little bit, sorry. We were in a zone of consolidation, right? We were trading from down here. We had higher high, higher low. Price broke here, gave us this higher low and this higher high. Once this high broke, gave us a higher high, higher low, right? Let's draw this out so it's easier for people to see. We got this higher high, higher low. Then price went up, gave us a higher high, went down, all of this, higher low, to break up here, higher high. Then what did price do? It consolidated a little bit and went down and gave us a change of character, lower low. So now that we know that we're trading between this break, which gave us this high, and the low that was set was the low that was set today. None of this is part, we're not saying this is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal low to make a higher high. All of this is part of the same trend. None of these pullbacks are significant. They're not significant pullbacks. So we know that we're trading between this low and this high. This 30-minute low. And we know that we have a day of no net where price was just moving sideways. Not only that, we have a red 4-hour candle. And this is a no net. So again, no continuations. What do we want to see? We want to see price break above these highs. Price could break above these highs, then we could see price continuing this push to the top side. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. GA, let's go to the daily time frame again, and every single pair is traded the exact same way. Same market makers pattern, same type of outlook. The only difference, some pairs are in a downtrend, some pairs are in an uptrend, but we're looking for the same thing. Entry opportunities happen, 30-minute time frame. We could get a 4-hour confirmation, but once we get into that 4-hour point of interest, we want to go back down to the lower time frames. So GA, we're in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, and same as EU, we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. This is where the market makers are going to trap traders. So let's see. The 4-hour time frame, we have a week of rise, no continuation. We can see we're in a zone of consolidation. In that zone of consolidation, we finally broke above it towards the end of the week, last week. Right now, price went down and gave us a retest of the top of the zone. Not only that, what do we want to see? We want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA as another source of confluence, right? It's not the sole leader. It's not the EMAs aren't used as a 100% indicator that this is where price is going to go into, and then we're going to start looking for entries. It's just another set of confluence. And you can add the EMAs to your fib retracements. You could add your Fibonacci's to your harmonic patterns. You can add it to your ICT patterns, to anything. It's just another set of confluence, but you have to use it correctly, right? Just because we're in the second push to the top side doesn't mean I'm looking for a 50 EMA bounce. You have to be looking for the correct ones, right? If I'm in level 1 and level 3, I'm looking for the 50 EMA. If I'm in level 2, I'm looking for the 200 EMA. So being able to use them all correctly, that's the biggest key. And that goes with every strategy, right? You're not going to be looking for a bullish flag post pattern if you're in a downtrend. If price is making lower lows and lower highs, right? You're making lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? I'm not going to be looking for a lower high to give me a bullish flag post pattern. That's not going to work out. This is where a lot of traders think that, oh, flag post patterns don't work because look, it gave me the, we'll draw it out, right? It gave me the flag post pattern where it consolidates between 23.6 and 38.2, and then it went right back down, and instead of going up how we drew out here, it just continued to make lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? I'm not going to be looking for a bullish flag post pattern in a downtrend. I'm not going to be looking for a bearish flag post pattern when we're in an uptrend, right? It's the same thing with the engulfing candles. I'm not going to be looking for a bullish engulfing candle when we're in a downtrend. So being able to use your confluences the right way. Again, we could sell you a course. We could sell you a textbook that tells you, oh, this is what this looks like. But if I don't tell you in that book, hey, this is why double bottoms don't work, right? A double bottom, let's draw it out. A double bottom, which is a W, which is a bullish pattern, is not going to work out if you're trading a double bottom when price is giving you lower lows and lower highs. Because what you think is a double bottom really is a double top, right? When you flip a W or when you flip a M, it's the same thing. This is how the market makers trap you guys. So again, it's not that your patterns don't work. It's not that, whatever this guru is selling you doesn't work. No, it's you're trading in the wrong direction. And that's really what it is. That's what market structure is. And somebody on Twitter was like, nah, market structure is where you get trapped. Okay, buddy. That doesn't even make sense. Because without market structure, there is no trading. Without market structure, there is no stock market. The stock market, Forex one-on-one is not even Forex one-on-one, it's trading one-on-one, just stocks one-on-one. The first thing you learn is market structure. The first thing you're supposed to learn is higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows. And again, it's super simple. It's super simple. In a zone of consolidation, this is where price is moving sideways. Until what? Until price is ready to start moving up. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And again, price starts consolidating, starts trapping traders. And then vice versa when you're in a downtrend. It's the same thing. Right? When you're in a downtrend, what do you see? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? Lower high, lower low. And this is where price starts consolidating. Until what? Lower low, lower high, lower low. And then price consolidates again until what? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? And once you have that third push to the bottom, once you have peak low territory, which is again the reset of the trend to start going up. Right? So without market structure, if you don't know what direction you're trading in, if you don't know where this certain pair is moving towards, you're going to get faked out. You're going to believe that a double bottom is really a push to the top side when again price is just again. If you're trading this and you think this is a double bottom, and you can see that, let's draw that out. You can see that this is where people thought that price might go up. But realistically speaking, what is price doing? Lower low, lower high, lower low. It's really that simple. So without market structure, every strategy you're working towards, again, I could show you every strategy you're thinking of. I could show you every strategy. If you do not make market structure part of your plan, you're going to lose 90% of your trades. Could you still be profitable losing 90% of your trades? Of course. If your risk management is really that good, you could have a 90% losing rate, but that 10% that you win is profitable. But again, if that's a very very stressful way of trading, and if you're comfortable trading that way, then by all means do your thing. So yeah, I don't want to make this session too long. But here in the 30-minute, we had 3 days of rise. On the third day, gave us a rise drop. We already know after a rise drop or a rise no net following the trend, we'll be looking for a 4th-day variation. And we got that 4th-day variation. Price gave us a type 1 pattern in an uptrend where price consolidates, right? Exactly what we drew out here is exactly what happened here. Price consolidates, breaks the lows, gives a double bottom, and starts pushing to the top side. Gave us another day of rise, and then today gave us a day of drop. So that's perfect. I don't like having a lot of these drawings here at once, so let me start deleting some things here. And we still know we had lower low, lower high, lower low. This break gave us this high and this low. This low broke, gave us this high and this low, broke and gave us a change of character, which we know that we're still trading between this low and this high. So we're still waiting it out. We also know we're still at the top of the flip zone. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We have no continuation, but we did break above the zone of consolidation. So now that we broke above the zone of consolidation, let's start looking for an engulfing candle. Right, that's either going to be an engulfing candle. We also, again, we want to look for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. So we're not there in the 4-hour. In the 30-minute, we're below the 50 EMA still. Price internally is still making lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. So we still got to wait it out. Still going to have to wait this one out. For what? Till we start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And we're in the middle of the 30-minute low that we're trading in and the 30-minute high. So the fact that we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation in an uptrend, the fact that we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation, or in the middle of the zone of the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low, what does that tell us? Right now, price isn't ready to move. and price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. So what do I want to start seeing? Cool, we could still see lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Let's say price give us lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We know we could start taking these trades to go back up to the top side, especially if price breaks above here. We have clean traffic on the left hand side. We have a 30-minute high. This is where price is going to reach towards. So let's say we take a trade up here, right? We'll be risking let's say we'll be risking anywhere between 12 to 25 pips to be capturing about 50. Not bad. So that's what we're going to be waiting for here on GA. GCAD in the daily time frame, we finally broke above the zone of consolidation. So this is one of those variations where we can see we're in a zone of consolidation. We're in V1, we're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Externally, we know we're in a zone of consolidation. Internally, we know we were in a zone of consolidation as well. Not only did price break above the daily zone, but we also broke above the 4-hour zone, where price was consolidating in the 4-hour zone. And this is where price starts trending. So again, we know we want to see price, now that we have a daily break, we have a 4-hour break. What do we want to start looking for? We want to see a pullback, right? We just made a higher high. After a higher high is set, what do we want to see? A higher low. And I'm fine with that. We'll be waiting for that to happen. Right now we have a weaker rise. We had price break above the zone of consolidation, and we'll start looking for those continuations. Right, which was the trades that we called in for last week. This is the tweet that I made on Sunday, I believe, which was last week's weekly market breakdown. This was the trade that everybody was like, no man, price isn't gonna go up because we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Where are we making lower lows and lower highs? Right, we were in a zone of consolidation. Price was moving sideways. Price, and again, I saw a tweet today talking about, oh, some people call it liquidity sweep, some people call it a fake out or some shit like that. And it's like, yo, it's all the same thing. It's just a different way to say it. It's the same definition to that, right? A liquidity sweep, a fake out of the lows, a breakout, it's all the same. It's just a different name. But again, people love to clown on others because they want to sell a course, right? The whole idea of traders selling something is crazy to me. But it is. That's another conversation for another day. So GCAD, right? Let's go to the daily time frame. We know that we're looking for price to give us that second push to the top side. Right after we make the second push to the top side, we'll be looking for the second zone of consolidation. Right now, let's focus on what we need to start looking for, which is the higher highs going into the higher lows, so then we could catch those higher lows to go into a higher high. 4-hour, we have a weaker rise. Perfect. We broke above the zone of consolidation from the bottom to the top. We have a day of rise, which was on Friday, and then today price gave us a no net. So price right now is just moving sideways. We know that we're still trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, and we can see that we're still, right? We had this break here with the wick, right? I don't like counting wicks as a break, but for the sake of just keeping everything as close as possible, I am going to count it, right? We're going to say that this is a fake change of character. Again, a liquidity sweep, a fake breakout made everybody believe that price was going to give us a lower low, lower high to go lower, and price right now is just trapping traders, making everybody believe that this is where price was going to make a lower high to go into a lower low, and then price went right back to the top side, then went right back down to the bottom, then went right back to the top, then went right back down to the bottom, just trapping traders. So until we don't break above this zone of consolidation in the internal time frame, or until we don't get a higher low, I'm not going to be interested in trading this either. GJ, just like gold and just like US30, we're in peak high territory. So there's no market structure in this one in the higher time frame. So right now, let's just keep going, go down to a lower time frame, see what we can see in the 4-hour. Same thing, we're still trading between the higher high, higher low, and higher high. Price is just moving sideways. We had 4 weeks of rise last week. Price gave us a weaker drop, reset the trend. Price could completely go higher, 100%. In the 30-minute, we know we had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low, break of structure, and price gave us a lower high, but also just moving sideways. Right, the lower high isn't set because we don't have a break of the lows, we don't have a break of the highs. Price right now is just moving sideways. in the zone of consolidation, right? So let's add two lines real quick. I want to add a line to the low of consolidation, which is here. Right? This is the low that was set, and I want to add a line to the top of the zone of consolidation, which is here. Did we get a break of the highs? No. This is a fake out. This is not a break of structure. This is a testing candle. Did we get a break of the lows? Yes. This first red candle here is a test candle. This second red candle that closed below the zone, that closed below the first red candle, this is a confirmed break of structure. So what does that tell me? That these pushes to the top side, right, are just fake outs in the zone of consolidation, getting ready for price to start pushing down. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for on GJ. Again, we still know we're in peak high territory, so I'm not going to be interested in getting into these sell positions until I start seeing lower lows and lower highs. Right? This entire time after the break of structure, which is here, what did price do? High, higher low, higher high. Right? Again, this is not a lower low. This is a fake out. This is where people who don't know what a real break of structure is, they think that, oh, because this red candle closed below the zone, that this is a fake out and we're going to see lower low, lower high, lower low. That's not correct. Price then went up and gave us a higher high. So again, until we don't start seeing lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, I'm not going to be interested in getting into these sells. So Friday we had a day of rise, then today price gave us, we'll call it a second day of rise, no problem. We're in peak high territory, so we'll play their game. Green 4-hour candle as well. Cool. We still know we're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high. GU, daily time frame. We are in the first zone of consolidation, V1, looking for that second push to the top side. We have a month of rise. We have 2 weeks of no net where price is just moving sideways. 30-minute time frame, we still know we're trading between the previous. Let's draw it out. We had high, low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us a change of character, higher high. Right? We know again, pretty much trading between this low and this high. This high broke, gave us a higher high and higher low. Right? That's what we're trading. We're still trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high. So until we don't get either a tap of the lows or until we don't start seeing higher highs and higher lows, we cannot be trading this pair either. We have a day of no net today where price opened exactly where we closed. And we have a red 4-hour candle open. It's looking good. Gonna be interesting to see this one, right? We have clean traffic, the liquidity grab that we have here, the imbalance candle, whatever everybody wants to call it, is the same shit. What are we looking for? We're looking for a break of these highs. All of these candles are testing. None of these candles are break of structures. Still testing. So until we don't get a clean break of these highs, we can't be looking for those entries. No continuations in any time frame, so we'll keep going. And we're almost done. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Any questions, anything you guys want me to explain, let me know. If not, once we go over these last 5 pairs, we'll be done for the night, and then we'll be back on tomorrow morning for the live trading session. So US30, again, just like gold, just like GJ, we're in peak high territory, so we're not going to see anything here in the daily time frame. Right, just looking at market structure. The 4-hour, same thing. We had 2 weeks of counter drop on the 3rd week. Obviously, we didn't get it because going counter against the overall trend. We still know we're trading between this previous 4-hour high and this 4-hour low. And in the 30-minute, we had 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, market was chop or drop, and it gave us a drop. Right, it gave us a beautiful 30-minute entry here on Friday with the news. Went back down. Then today, price was just trapping traders, making everybody believe again. the SRC traders and the traders who want to trade consolidation and want to believe that just because price broke below zone of consolidation that this was going to be a retest to continue, and then price went right back up and hit your stop losses, right? So again, this is why also you need to graduate to a pair like US30. If you don't know what a real break of structure is, if you don't know what a real break of the lows of consolidations are, if you don't know market structure, higher highs and higher lows when you're in an uptrend, when you're in a downtrend, you cannot be trading pairs like GJ. You cannot be trading pairs like US30, S&P, ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, oil. You have to stick with AU. You have to stick with EU. You have to stick with those pairs that only move 30 to 50 pips in a day. If you're going to be watching pairs that move 200, 400, 500 pips in a day, which is again these very big pairs, you're going to lose all your money. You're going to lose all your money. So just be cautious of that. We had a day of drop on Friday, then today price gave us a no net. So right now, what do we know? That price isn't ready to move yet. And that's okay. We're in PCAD territory. We have a long time. We have a lot of waiting to do on a pair like US30, especially with everything that's going on in the world. So it's all good. When we get our opportunity to trade this pair, we'll take it. Till then, no rush. Price is just moving sideways. USDCAD, we're in V2, or is it V1? Let's see. Nope, V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, and we're at the top of the zone of consolidation. So again, not the best place to look for a trade. In the top of the zone of consolidation, do you want to look for buys or sells? Do you want to look for continuation at the top of the zone of consolidation? Absolutely. But we'll have to wait for a break of structure to happen before that. The 4 hour, we're still trading between this 4 hour high, this 4 hour low, so that's not really interesting right now. Internally, we know that we're still consolidating. We have no continuations. Friday, we had a day of rise, then today, price gave us a day of no net. Price is just, again, moving sideways. Still trading between the same high and the same 30-minute low. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, then price went up and gave us higher high change of character, right? So we know that we're trading between this low and this 30-minute high. After a break, what are we looking for? Consolidation. Again, there's two phases in the market. Right now, what did price do? We had higher high, higher low, right? Price just gave us a higher high up here. What are we looking for? We're either going to be looking for price to give us a higher low to then from here go up, or we're going to see price give us this higher low and price just consolidates. And then in this zone of consolidation, we'll be looking for price to break above to then continue, which is what we could see here already. Price here right now is just moving sideways. We could be trading between this zone of consolidation. So going to be very interesting to see what USDCAD wants to do in the upcoming days. Very interesting. USD ZAR, price gave us a day of drop, still trading. We have lower low, lower high, lower low. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low. We're trading between this 30-minute high. We're going to use the wick of the highest candle between this break, which is this, and the highest green candle, which is going to be here. We have 2 days of counter drop against the trend. Daily time frame, we know we are in V2. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation. We have 2 months of no net. On the 4 hour, we had 2 weeks of rise. On the 3rd week, which is last week, we got a new high, gave us a rise no net. So this is where we could be expecting price to give us that 4th week variation with a pullback. Let's see if we can get that. Gold in the daily time frame, PCAD territory, price still making higher high, higher low in the zone of consolidation. No break of the highs, no break of the lows. 4 hour time frame, we're in a zone of consolidation. We have a 4-hour engulfing candle that price hasn't tapped into yet. We have 3 weeks of drop. After 3 weeks, market must chop a rise. And in the 30-minute time frame, we have 3 days of rise. On the third day, what are we expecting? A drop or a no net. Right? Gave us a rise drop actually, and then price gave us a day of rise today. Did exactly what we needed to see. Right? We did STP. Gave us a day of rise. So let's see what price wants to do. No continuations, but I am going to be looking for price to tap into these 4-hour lows. Once price taps into these 4-hour lows down here, this is where price is going to make a decision. We're either going to see something like this, or we're going to see price tap in to the low of the zone of consolidation again. Bitcoin, we had a day of rise on Friday, and market doesn't close till 8, so I'm not going to update this one yet. We'll do this one in the morning while we're live trading. In the weekly market break, or the weekly 4-hour, we have a week of rise. Again, price just moving sideways for now. This high and this low. Then last but not least, oil. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, once we finish with this pair, we'll be done for the night, and then we'll see you guys again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. So oil's in a downtrend, A1 for zone consolidation. We're in the middle of that zone consolidation. We have 2 months of drop, this month being the 3rd month. I am expecting price to go lower. Now again, this is where you guys can see I use all my confluences together. All of them. We have price, right? Daily time frame, we have 2 months of rise. Weekly time frame, we have 3 weeks of drop. After 3 weeks, market must chop or go up. Right now, we can see that price went up. Not only that, here in the 4-hour, we have an engulfing red candle. Not only that, we have in the 30-minute, we have a change of character and a break of structure. After a change of character, once we get that break of structure, we're looking for a pullback. Now, the pullback, not only are we getting a 61.8 to a 78.6 retracement, we also have the 4-hour engulfing. We also have the last green candle that was made before the push down to the bottom. We have currently a day of rise, which is all good. Not a continuation that we want to see. Here at the top of the zone in the 4-hour time frame, if we could get something like this, then we know we could go back down with it. If not, if price continues to follow the internal higher highs and higher lows that we can see that price is doing, then it's all good. We'll let price do what it has to do. But if we get that internal change of character, break of structure going and to start making lower lows, lower highs, then we know we can start looking for these sells back down to the bottom on oil. So that's today's session, guys. Not too much, not as many pairs as I thought we were gonna be looking at going into tomorrow, but enough information for us to be comfortable knowing that we're gonna at least catch some trades tomorrow. So make sure you guys join the Discord. Again, you guys can request one-on-one sessions. We do daily live streams Monday through Friday, twice a day. Morning for the live trading session, afternoons for, well, the evenings for this isolation session. Saturday, Sunday, we do the weekly market breakdown. So make sure you guys join, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the live trading session. Peace out.